Hello, IELTS Energy listeners. We have a very special guest today. Mio, hello, how are you?
I'm so excited over the moon. I learned that phrase from you. Remember
Awesome.
that?
Yes, we teach many amazing phrases on this
Yeah.
podcast. Guys, if you are
Indeed.
not following IELTS Energy, make sure to hit follow right now so you don't miss any amazing vocabulary. But today, we are doing a special episode where we're going to do a live speaking mock test, but a little bit shorter, just part 2 and part 3. So it's going to be awesome. Mio, first, I want to ask you about your IELTS journey. So, have you taken the test before?
I did. The
Okay.
last May, three
Oh,
months ago.
and what were your scores back then?
6.0 in total overall.
Okay. And what scores do you need?
Actually, uh, not, I mean, any score is okay to me
Okay.
because, I wish I could say I need to have a IELTS. I mean, because I will, I'm planning to study abroad to study. But
Awesome.
no, actually, I want to be an English teacher at high school, and I imagine maybe some of the students might need to take IELTS, and as a teacher, I might, need to teach them how to do.
Oh,
Yeah. I
okay. That's awesome. So you are taking this test so you can help your students.
Mhm, yes.
Okay, that's fantastic. I love this motivation. What
Great.
scores do you want to get? Like, do you have your own personal target scores?
Yeah, especially, I love talking in English. So in the speaking part, I wish I could have 8.0 or much higher than that.
Oh,
Yeah. But
fantastic.
actually, what I got is 5.5. I was so devastated. Oh my gosh.
That's a surprise. You must have been
Yeah,
shocked. Is
me
that
too. I
why
am.
is that why you got into the 3 Keys IELTS course?
Yes, one of the reason. At first, I'm an English nerd, so I wanted to challenge myself without any help. I want to challenge just myself. And after that, if I got a bad score, I decided to rely on your three key IELTS. Mhm.
That happens. That's why a lot of people get the course, I think. Okay, that's fantastic. So,
Mhm.
um, have you done the speaking module in the course yet?
No, this is my first time.
Oh,
Very
exciting.
first.
Okay, guys. So this is like a pre-test for you, kinda,
Mhm.
today. Okay, fantastic. So far, can you tell me something that you are enjoying about the 3 Keys IELTS course?
Well, actually, everything. Every time I take a three key IELTS, I'm just having fun in the process. Shall I say? You know, even though this is practice for the test, I want to enjoy myself,
Yeah,
the process to be better and better, and I love it.
that's
And I
awesome.
take it and have fun at the same time. I just love it.
The
Thank you
fact
very much.
the fact that you can say that about an IELTS preparation course makes me so happy. Guys, if you are not enjoying your preparation, your studying, that's an issue. You're not going to be learning as much as
Mhm.
you could, right? When you're enjoying what you're learning, and Mio, you're a teacher, you get this. If you enjoy what you're learning, you're
Yeah.
engaged and you are
Mhm.
taking on so much more information than if you're bored, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay,
It
awesome.
is. Mhm.
All right. So let's get into this. So, guys, this is what's going to happen. Before we recorded, I gave Mio a minute to take notes on this part 2 response. Okay. So she's done that just like she has to do, and you on the real exam. So I'm going to say everything the examiner says on test day, and we'll do part 2. We'll do a few part 3 questions, and then we'll talk about scores and feedback. Ooh, okay. Let me get my timer ready. Okay. So,
Mhm.
Mio, I would like you to describe an advertisement that made you want to buy something. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. Every time I'm using the online dictionary, which is free, which is available for free, I'm always hounded by the advertisement coming up everywhere, like everything actually, flowers, shoes, food. And the other day when I was working, I saw the ice cream, which looks so good, especially this scorching summer. I was working, but I once I saw this ice cream, I forgot about working. I'm into have eating ice cream. That maybe chips on top and strawberry crumbs and everywhere. And that's perfect. All I need is ice cream. And when I think about that, having advertisement on the internet is really effective to collect customers. And yeah, it really looks so nice, and I wish I could run to the ice cream store and yeah, start to eat, but I'm pretty sure it's going to melt in an instant. Yeah, and also I wish I had a brand new shoes, for example. And yeah, every time I see something, those advertisements on the internet, it's easy to get my attention. And sometimes I can't make it. I can't control myself. I'm impulse shopping, even though I'm run out of money.
Thank
Sometimes
you. Thank you. Did you tell other people about this advertisement?
I did. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
We've been talking about an advertisement that made you want to buy something, and now I'd like to ask you one or two more general questions related to this.
Okay.
Let's consider, first of all, popular advertising. In your country, what are the most popular types of advertisements?
Types of advertisement. In my opinion, it used to be signs on a bulletin board, on a train, or on a street. But definitely, we live in the world with plethora of information related to technology. So I firmly believe that TV or internet or social media, these are the perfect advertisement type to get paid attention from public, much effective. And also we have easy access for those technology today because we have gadget, PC, smartphone, whatever we have.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, why, let's see, why do you think that celebrities are often used in advertisements these days?
Celebrity because they have a huge fan. For example, I'm a big fan of Emma Watson because I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. And when I see some product she's advertising, whatever from food to clothes, flower, it's easy for me to my attention to those products. And even though I don't buy that on that spot, maybe I'm I'm keeping it. I mean, it stays on my mind for a long time just because this product is being advertised my favorite actress and actor. So that's a great technology for the government, for the company. I think.
Let's
Mhm.
move on to talk about advertising and children. Um, do you think that advertisements aimed at children are harmful?
Yes, I think so. For example, my son loves McDonald's or unhealthy food. And right after the Beijing Olympics was over, I saw some snowboarding players on the TV advertising hamburgers or cheeseburgers and nuggets there. And in an instant, I believe so many younger children starts to, be hooked with the advertisement because, they are seeing their favorite players were famous. So it's kind of a social justice issue. I feel it's guilty, and I guess it's government or food industry are responsible for that or to be blamed
Mm.
because it is only the way of being profitable or beneficial. Just maybe they will do everything that they can be earn money, and that is really guilty because they don't know what to believe, what to avoid, the lack of experiences. It's quite difficult to judge to which advertisement it is okay to save or it is not okay to avoid. So it's pretty unethical or immoral
Thank
to.
you. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. Now, I want to tell Mio and remind our listeners that when I interrupted you a couple times in part 3, right? I had to stop you talking and say thank you and go to the next question. Guys, that's great. That will happen on the exam. It shows fluency, right? I just have to move on to the next question. So that was very good. Okay, without further ado, let's talk about what scores I gave you and why. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, drum roll.
But first, Mio, how do you think you did? How did you feel while you were answering?
Honestly, I don't think I did it great. I have lots of ideas that I want to share with you, but
Mhm.
I got nervous in front of you or yeah, in front of the examiners. So if I have a second chance, maybe I can do better. But this time, maybe same 5.5.
Oh, you did so much better, Mio. That was
Really?
great. But this is a very good lesson though for everyone listening. Guys, don't wait until exam day to go through the process of being interviewed, right? Because it's nerve-wracking. Not only are you being recorded, so a lot of people will hear this, like that's awesome. You're brave. Um, but you're gonna be nervous on the speaking exam. Make sure,
Yes.
guys, to have like a coach like me or a teacher or a friend practice with someone. Have that person act like the
Mm.
examiner and go through the whole speaking test because
Yeah, that helps. That
nervous.
helps. Mm.
Practice. Okay. Mio, would give you a 7 for that. Honestly, I'll tell you why. Okay.
Mm.
So, um, disclaimer, right? Your speaking score is going to be an average of your whole performance, and we didn't do speaking
Mm.
part 1 today, right? So there's a little asterisk on this 7,
Mm.
but I'm sure you can get at least a 7. Now, why? So I gave you a 7 for fluency and coherence.
Mm.
First of all, um, your part 3 got a lot better. Now, part 2, I was thinking like, "Oh, maybe 6." Part 2
Mm.
improved the fluency and coherence. In part 2, we need a better organized, meaty answer about that topic.
Mm.
Now, around a minute and 10 seconds, you started running out of stuff to say. You didn't stop talking, which is great, but you
Mhm.
sort of wandered a little bit, like without a
Yeah.
clear destination, you know?
Mm. Yeah.
We can
I thought I derail from the topics.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
and we can do that as long as you are, like, confident about it and you signal
Mm.
that derailment with your words, you know, like,
Mm.
"This makes me think about something else," or we have to organize that with transition phrases, but First of all, we don't want to run out of stuff to say. So, what I would recommend, and this is great for this topic, using a before, during, after strategy. Okay. So, applying that to this topic, what were you doing before you saw the advertisement? I was working online, I was scrolling through social media, minding my own business, when suddenly this bright, delicious looking ice cream cone popped up on the screen, right? It's like we're telling the story. And then, so that's the before, and then the during. Give me more details. What exactly did you see in that advertisement? What kind of ice cream was it? What brand was it? Was it a shop? Do you buy it at the grocery store?
Right.
Yes, like so many details we can add about the
Yeah.
advertisement.
When, where, how, who, what. Yeah, you taught me in the class.
That's okay, Mio. This is why we practice, right? Yes. And then if you still have time left, the examiner's still staring at you, you can have that third phase, which is the after. What did you do after you saw the advertisement? I got up and I ran to 7-Eleven and I bought some chocolate ice cream immediately. Okay, so remember that strategy before, during, after, with plenty of details, like Mio said who, what, where, when, why, how. Okay. Um, and then fluency and coherence part three, fantastic. I heard some great transition phrases like I firmly believe that, for example, and the examples were really good, supporting your answer with,
But did I say, for example?
you did say, for example,
Oh
when
my
you,
gosh, I was supposed to say, as a shining example or as a case in point that I learned.
you will
See,
next
I'm
time.
so nervous.
You know what, Mio, and everyone listening, guys, make sure if you have certain phrases that you want to use, like as a shining example, write these phrases down clearly on a piece of paper. Keep that paper in front of you while you practice out loud. Stare at these things that you want to use because they won't
Mm.
magically pop out of your mouth unless you take that practice step, right? Know what you want to say and practice using it. Okay. But you still use some great opinion phrases, though. Now, here's a suggestion because you had some fantastic specific examples. Your son, chicken nuggets, cheeseburgers, Emma Watson. That was awesome. Real life examples, very clear. I want to add something that you can say here, like that Emma Watson example. You can say, like this one time. So that's a very native transition phrase for an example. Like this
Like,
one time, I saw an ad with Emma Watson selling some perfume or whatever the case may be. Okay, so that's a great phrase. Now, vocabulary, I gave you a 6. I w-
six.
I wanted to give you a 7. So many great words, such as
Hounded.
scorching,
As
hounded.
coaching.
Yes. Hounded by something, meaning he's like bothered, harassed.
Bothering.
Yeah. Scorching, meaning very hot. Melt in an instant. Okay. So many great phrases, but too many mistakes. Here are the mistakes, Mia. You said strawberry crumbs. We really only
Crumb
use, yeah, we only use crumbs for like a hard
of
thing like
bread
bread.
and
Exactly.
pizza.
Exactly. So there I would say strawberry pieces, or better yet, strawberry tidbits.
Tidbit. A bit.
Yes, tidbits,
Wow.
great slang for tiny pieces. Now, in
Uh-huh.
part three, lots more great phrases, but a few mistakes. You said snowboarding players. We don't play snowboarding, we only play like team sports. Okay. Here, just say snowboarders.
No, right.
Yep. Yep. Um, and instead of on the spot, meaning like spontaneously at the moment, you said on that spot.
On that spot.
Yes. So the correct
Wow.
phrase is on the spot. Now, with a few mistakes, that's why I brought it down to a 6, but you had enough great vocab for a 7. So here's the lesson here for Mio and everyone listening. Guys, don't take any risks with idioms that you're not sure of. you know? Don't take any risks on test day. So, grammar, 7, a few mistakes, many perfect sentences, wide variety of sentence structures. Pronunciation, also a 7. Now,
Seven.
you had no hesitations, no ums and uhs, no cut up speech. You had some lovely intonation, like when you said, I saw the ice cream, and you were like excited about it. And then you were like, it was so good. And you like elongated it. So listen to Mio's answers a few times, guys, because there are a lot of fantastic things you can emulate, you can copy from the way that Mio answered. Okay. So that was my quick mock test feedback. Mio, do you have any questions about my advice?
Well, you said don't be risk. I mean, don't make risk
Mhm, mhm,
for your unknown words. But if I don't know what kind of topic will I get, right? So I
mhm.
don't know what kind of vocabulary I can use. So
So
maybe, yeah, what I want to say is I don't have choices but to take risks to some extent. And also, I want to get the high score for vocabulary because I know lots of words. I want to show off.
I know, I know. You know, a lot of listeners are going to resonate with what you just said. And here's what I tell you and everyone else at your high level of English. Mio, you have a lot of great vocab already. You have enough vocab to get a 7 or 8 already without taking any risks. You need to trust yourself because you're a high level. If you don't trust yourself and you're trying too hard for vocab, that's when we make mistakes because you're reaching,
Um,
because you're trying to use words just for the sake of using them, which never
mm,
turns out well. Okay.
yeah.
Only use what comes to mind naturally that is triggered by your ideas and the topic. Because I
Mhm.
promise you, Mio, your vocabulary is fantastic. Social justice, hooked, gadgets, plethora. You have so much great vocab. You don't have to try. Okay? That like desperation of trying, and
Yeah.
students do that all the time. That's what leads to mistakes and lowers the score. Okay?
Mm. Okay,
Okay.
then maybe practice makes perfect and believe in myself.
Exact. Mia,
Okay.
couldn't have said it better myself. That was perfect. All right, guys, if
Thank you.
you would like to experience the Three Keys IELTS system, remember now you get lifetime access and you get personalized feedback from our coaches like me and Aubrey on your final test, on your speaking and writing. So check it out, guys. Go to allearsenglish.com/KEYS. And Mio, thank you so much for coming on. Very brave of you. I think
Okay.
fantastic today.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you very
Awesome.
much for having me today.
My pleasure. All right, Mio, enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.